I'm live. I'm live. Friday Night Live with Wooly is live and in the house. How's it going, everybody? We're just sitting here waiting for some people to come online. This is the weird bit. If you're watching this on playback, this is the weird bit because there's nobody there's nobody watching. So I'm just here talking to the camera, and I don't have anything prepared as per usual. I do have an itchy nose though, and a flicky knife. So yes, guys, welcome to Wooly's World. It's Friday night. It's 9 o'clock. That means it's Friday Night Live with Wooly. Jump in the comments there and say hello. Let me know what's happening. Well, Wooly, Wooly? Hang on, I'm Wooly. Well, Saws, how's it going? What's the crack? It's turned into a bit of a nasty one here. We have a big weather front coming through, but looking like we're not going to get any snow. Not going to get any snow, which is a little bit. There's a knife. Could do with a touch up. Yeah, guys, it's looking like we're not going to get any snow. No. Just have rain as usual. Yes, that seems to be the way. So it's just bloody rain. Just rain. Another disappointing winter. We had like maybe a centimeter of snow this winter so far. They're saying that there is a potential beast from the east coming in, but I don't know if it's going to. I don't know if it's going to affect us. You know what these weather forecasts. Yeah, no snow, no fun. You know what these weather forecasts are like, guys? It's all sensationalism. It's all like, we're all going to die. The world is going to end. Hey! One dog just snapped at the other dog there. So, yeah, that's the crack. Thanks, Keith. Yes, it's my birthday. 21. Guys, the next time I see 21, I'll be 21 stone. No, I'm 35. No, I'm not 35. We are all. Yeah, that's true. So, guys, the strop is a fantastic thing. 21 again. 43. Dun. Guys, I know I show you guys. I know. The odd time on the video that came out today, I was using. Aidan, thank you very much. Yes, 43. Am I 43? See, I get confused because I was 35 for 2 years because I thought I was 35, but I wasn't. I was actually only 34. So sometimes I'm not really sure what age I am, and I have to ask me ma. Fair play, Stephen. 33. Jesus, thank you, Jen. Sure, you're pushing the boat out tonight. I like it. Yeah, guys, look. This is your workshop field sharpener. This is an excellent little piece of kit as well. It's the same as with the big one I have, except it's only a little small thing, and it has a built-in strap. No, I'm just really handsome, gents. Really handsome. So a built-in strap is a very handy thing, guys, especially if you have a knife that has good steel, because 9 times out of 10 you don't really need to sharpen it unless you've used it a lot. Okay, but if you are using it and touching it up, yeah, I know. The strap is generally good enough, guys. So it's a crappy day. crappy day. Yeah. Well, actually, it was an okay day. It was an okay day. I spent the day homeschooling, guys. We have, yes, there's something nice about stropping a blade. There definitely is. And look, it's only a little, like, inch, half an inch, you know, half an inch in thickness. It's a very, very handy thing. You're still talking about guts of 30 quid. That's the only problem. So, yeah, guys, the weather forecasts are predicting what did I read? A snow bomb. A snow bomb. But yeah, snow brains. Snow brains. On Tuesday. But Jesus, the England's got always misses us. Well, I have learned a lot of useless information. I don't know if that means I'm going to learn it all in my mid-40s. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny, guys. So what's everybody been up? Is anybody getting out for the weekend? Anybody getting camping? Anybody doing anything fun? I might go for a walk tomorrow, I think. My birthday walk. We should always go for a walk on my birthday. Randy! Thank you very much. Guys, say hello to Randy, one of my oldest subscribers that comes on here. A very, very big supporter of the channel. Everybody say hello. He doesn't make a lot of live chats. I actually think this is probably your first one. Guys, we've 7 people on there. I need 7 thumbs up. Hit those thumbs up for me, please. A fan a road. Carl, thank you very much. Ah, Jesus, Randy, don't be worrying about that. Hey, don't be worrying about that. Guys, so I'll probably go up the local mountain here. Slieve Gullion is what we call it. It is our mystical mountain, the mountain of myths and legends. So where Finn McCool was, and we will go up there and try and finish a walk. Only 5 kilometers, guys, but we had 4 goes at it. 3 goes at it over Christmas. Different things happen and different people come along, and some people are not so interested in walking very far, and some people want to power on, and some people walk very fast, and some people walk very slow, and that's generally the way it goes. So yeah, I hear, listen, I'm using the chainsaw today, so I had the Frankensaw out. Haven't had the Frankensaw out in 3 weeks. Well, today's nearly over here, Andy, so be in bed at 10 o'clock, and so you know, Siobhan was working today, so I was here with the girls. Had them. It was a very exciting day. Had to go and nice. I had to go in and leave Siobhan to collect her car from the mechanic. That was it. We call it the Collabars Lake. Is that the one you're talking about, Carl? That's where the Collabara was a witch, and she tricked Finn McCool, and she turned Finn McCool into an old man, and it was at that lake that she did it, right at the top of Slieve Gullion. I know, exciting times, eh? Friday night, Wally's birthday. Woohoo! Did you? Was it cold? Did it turn your hair white, or did it turn your hair normal? Because that's what they're ragging. Good man, Carl. Well, remind me never to drink out of that lake. Yes. So the ragging, what happened was, Roddy, some locks, camlock. We have camla. I don't know. There's some locks. There's some places what we call lock, but there's not a lock is lake, but I don't know. We just call it the Collabars Lake. It's just some places, if there's a big lake, it normally is called lock. like Loch Ness, like Camlock, which is, or Camla we call it, Camlock, which is beside us, which is a big, big, big lake. Cam meaning crooked in Irish. But so the Collibara tricked Finn McCool. He sure did. He lived to be 314 years old, Finn McCool, and he killed me. Finn McCool's daughter ran off with a guy who was called Grania, ran off with a guy called Diarmid, and that's where my name comes from, Diarmid. He was the most beautiful warrior in Ireland, just like me, actually. Thanks, Doug. Yeah, so Finn McCool was he was a bit of crack. He was hunting. I think he was like a giant or something, or he fought giants or something as well. He was into it, you know. How do I say my name? Diarmid. That's how you pronounce it. Diarmid or Wooly. Sorry, Randy. Sorry, couldn't resist that one. Yeah, so it's pronounced with a G, so it's Irish or Gaelic, whatever way you want to call it. And the English version would be Dermot. And it would have been a contentious issue at school for me. People calling me Dermot. I remember one time the principal of the school I was in. No big feet. Everybody be nice. Lily's here. Say hello, Lily. Say hello, Lily.
Hello. No,
hello, Lily. You're supposed to say hello, Lily. When I say hello, Lily, you say hello, Lily. I sat her up there and she just failed. Diamond. Yeah, it's Diarmid. So you pronounce it with a G, but it's spelled with a D. Diarmid. They used to call me Mutley. Because people used to call me Dermot. McDermott. Yeah. So say McDermott. Yeah, be the same thing. So it'll be McDermott now in English. Where are you going, Lily? Is the cat in there?
I don't know. I think so.
The girls have turned to...
I have loads of calico.
Go turn on the light. Wait until you see this.
Loads.
Wait until you see this. You're only getting a little view because it's crazy. Look.
This is all mine. I forgot to tell. I'm huge.
And it actually sounds downstairs that Bruno was actually eating Evie. Oh, hang on a second. Where's Mom?
In there.
Is she? Sorry, Ginger, I was walking about there. We have had connectivity issues here before, so I'm upstairs because there's too much going on downstairs. There's too many people talking, and and the girls are Siobhan's watching TV and stuff. So, what are you doing? So Lily got power slammed by Bruno today. In the funniest, we were throwing the ball back and forward, and Lily ran forward and bent down to pick up the ball. Bruno came in, bang, shouldered Lily. Poor Lily went flying, all on concrete. And went out buffer, yes. So it was good fun, except that Lily didn't enjoy it. So guys, yeah, what I was saying, I got the Frankensaw out today. And I was running a semi-chisel chain on it. DXL chain from Oregon, I think maybe it was called. When they sent me those chains, they sent me two chains. They sent me a full chisel and a semi-chisel chain. And I hadn't really give the semi-chisel much of a go. But I had a rip of it today. Not anymore, Stephen. I used to. Cryptic enough for you there, huh? But yeah, Jesus. I was cutting up dirty old timber. I'd been laying in gravel and stuff, so I just didn't want to be coming at it with a full chisel chain. So ripped through it. But Jesus, it was a good chain. It was yeah, no, it's very, very strong. Is that better, guys?
Yeah, that's better.
That's better. Yeah, so, and I was thinking there when I was doing it today, you know, since I got those two chains from Oregon, and I also have a 24-inch ripping chain from them as well, is that I have, and it has never been used.
And Evie
there's
sitting at Bruno.
there's a drama going on downstairs. Bruno's up to something. He's always up to something. So
He's trying to bite like my arm.
Oh.
My arm. My arm. Have you told him that it's your birthday?
it's my birthday. Do you know that? What did
I
Lily?
cut my hair.
That was last week's live feed, Lily. That was last week's.
What did you do last week?
I don't know. What did we do last week? Who was here? Oh no. Nothing worse than getting abducted in a fairy ring.
Bruno was the best.
DFX, yes, is semi-chisel. Okay, well, yeah, I think that's what it's called. I can't remember, to tell you the truth. It has a lot of 73 something semi-chisel chain. But you know what? I really need to get like a big 30-inch piece of softwood, a big piece of larch or something, and just really be able to go at it with the Frankensaw. Because, you know, it just sort of needs it, you know. Go away.
No.
Try to eat my sweets. Try to eat my sweets or something. So it just, do you know what I mean? Like, if you're powerful saw like that, you just want to be taking it out and putting it into big pieces of wood, even though it's soft. Some larch would be nice. I have a mill here, Carl. The problem is that I can't get the wood. There's no decent wood. Like and any decent wood I get, I need it for firewood. Do you know what I mean? I had a guy contact me about possibly having some poplar for me, a tree surgeon. I don't know what happened with that. I never heard anything else from it. So he was going to dump the poplar wood and the wood chip as well. But I don't know. He mustn't have got the job. It was a job in Dundalk somewhere. So very, I don't know. It just seems very labour intensive. So, you know what I mean? I think, have you ever tried it, Carl? I'm sure you have, Doug. I think for the amount of work, I'm in County Armagh, just on the border, just across the border in the north of Ireland, on the east coast. There's Evie.
Happy birthday, Dudu.
Thank you very much. It depends on the plank, Roddy. It depends on the plank.
I'm not really here to be seeing everyone. Sorry, guys. I was just here to play, but I was just going to be back there.
You're going in there. Are you allowed to go in there? Mom, are they allowed to go in there?
Yeah, there.
Okay, go on ahead. It depends on the plank, guys, tell you the truth. And the way things are here, and Carl, it's probably the same with you, people will not give up wood. Do you know what I mean? They won't give up wood. We don't have the same the forestry or the same access to forestry that you guys have in Canada and the States and even in Scotland, Roddy. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I had eight stems, 8 beech trees, and the wood was amazing. It was rotted, right? But some of it was less rotted, and if you know what I mean. So the spalting and stuff on it was unbelievable. Now, I was logging some of it. Wow. 6 foot of spalted beech for 150 quid. Well, I probably burnt about £10,000 worth of spalted beech this year. But Carl, I found a burl in the middle of it, and I was split up, and I says, oh Jesus, I just hit it with the axe and it bust open, and I was like, right, that is a really cool piece of wood. So I'm giving it up to Davey up in Banbridge, and he's going to make some knife scales out of it. So
Wow.
But yeah, so you know, but will you go away? Go away. Come on. Go away over and
I'm gonna get some.
so I was class. It was class piece of wood. It just, you know, sometimes you just pop open a piece of wood and you just go, look at that. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, guys. It's just the way it is. And you know, Randy, this was happening a couple of weeks ago, and I moved down right beside the router, and it was just the same. Yes, it says the 365 can run a 24-inch bar, but mine is a 372. It is the torque of a 372, and I don't know, but I don't know. Listen, I think the Frankensaw runs best with a 20-inch bar. You know, the 435 runs best with a 16-inch bar. The Frankensaw likes a 20-inch bar. It rips. It absolutely rips. Doug, yes, I like the full chisel chain myself as well. The thing about the semi-chisel is that as soon as I go to sharpen it, it's going to become a full chisel chain. Do you know what I mean? I don't, you know, that edge, that point, you know, that point when you're sharpening, I'm not going to remove that, you know, because it's a natural thing and it makes it cut better. So, your man from Oregon was on about doing, like, because Oregon did give them to me, Lily. So your man from Oregon was on about, you know, getting together and doing like an instructional thing about sharpening properly. So what? But then he's very hit and miss at getting back to me. So he just wouldn't. You know, he was all gung ho about doing this and doing that, and well, actually, Oregon and the US were all. Bruno. Oregon and the US were all gung ho about doing stuff, but when it got transferred across to the UK, I think it sort of they weren't so keen. So they sent me a bar and two chains. But hey, when they sent me the bar and two chains, I ran out of firewood, and so I haven't been doing a lot of wood videos. A bit of cutting down a red branch, but that's only black pine, guys. That stuff is. This is it, Doug. I chose to spend my birthday with you. Not the rest of them, just you. No, guys, my birthday's over here now, so it's Oh Jesus, there's Daphne. HMA, a massive difference to the saw. Thank you very much, Stephen. Yes, we're locked down here as well. Ginge, technically we're in Northern Ireland here. Kieran, how's it going? We're in Northern Ireland here by 500 meters, depending on what road you go, but we're in Northern Ireland, so there's different rules in the north than there is in the south, even though I was in the south 3 times today driving. So we are not allowed to meet anybody from outside our household. Okay, so we have to be very careful with thanks, Kieran. Any of your kids watch Franklin? Franklin was a cartoon we used to watch. That's where he came from. He was a turtle. Or a tortoise. Who is that? It's Pockets, the wonder dog. Right, you go play with your calico Play-Doh. Into use, okay? But you need to close that behind you. So what was I saying? So I need a big score. Technically, it's a frame of mind, and it's to do with your political stance. Ginge, to tell you the truth. So I consider myself Irish. Okay, so I travel on an Irish passport and stuff like that. Well, Stephen, you're from Liverpool. I think you're pretty much Irish as well, aren't you? Isn't that the way it goes?
Puggy.
So here's a pup now that you don't see very often. My Cluttered Garage. Thank you very much.
My Cluttered Garage.
This is a dog you don't see on YouTube a lot anymore. She used to be on it a lot. This is Pockets. She is our oldest dog.
Pockets,
she is, we reckon, she's 14. I look Irish.
Is that a compliment?
Me or the dog, Randy? The dog's not actually Irish. She's from the Lakeland. She's from the Lakes, the Lake District. She's a Lakeland Terrier.
Wait, look. I'll scratch her under her chin. Wait, let go of her, and then she'll be like, no. Nice doggy.
Here, take her away. She's really old. She's been deaf since about 6 months ago. But she's going blind now. Like
What?
Doug, she's like this. She's a foot tall in the shoulder. She's tiny. She's 14, Roddy. 14.
Thank you.
So she's 14. Cooter is 7, and Bruno. Did you see Bruno's video today? Did you see the video today? that dog is YouTube gold, boy. All over him. I'm gonna write that on him someday. We had this seat cover because he kept trying to rip up the seat, our sofa, right, or our settee or a 2-seater, and so he ripped a hole in that to try and get at the sofa underneath it. But then he got injured a hole, which is only like this. He injured a hole and then he couldn't get out. It was so funny. It was so funny. It was so funny. He's a header. But in saying that, he's probably down. Ginge, it's on the way. It's on the way. It's on the way. It was all supposed to happen in November. The guy ended up getting COVID. Oh, I never even thought about Bruno on t-shirt. Guy ended up getting COVID. I only ended up getting back in contact.
Bruno in a t-shirt.
On a t-shirt.
This doesn't make. Yes, we should get merch.
Go away.
I've talked about him, but he's
guys,
like, no.
I only ended up getting back in contact with him yesterday, so we got to set it up. So we're going to start off small with it's going to be an embroidered t-shirt and an embroidered polo shirt, a normal t-shirt, and a couple of hats, monkey hats, toques, whatever you call them in the States, and baseball hats. And it's going to be there's going to be the same merchandise for Red Branch Bushcraft as well. Now, I was trying to get Carhartt stuff, but the best I can get, guys, they sent me this online catalogue, and there's about 1 million pages in it. And the best I could come up with was now this is my own. This is a Dickies body warmer, but they have this exact one, right? And I could get it embroidered with Woolies World here. And that was pretty much it. Do you know what I mean? Yes, Lily. So I just need to sit down and I got to send this guy some money, you see. So I have to pay to get all the file formats I have. They have to be transferred to a format where he can for the embroidery. So basically what's going to happen is that I am not going to be involved in this process at all, except for design. And I already have 30 designs that I have sent to him. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the logo, with the Woolies World logo, with the double axes and stuff, and we're going to take it from there. So what happens is that I will post up a web page onto my Facebook page, guys, and you'll go to that web page and you'll order through that web page, and he'll take the orders directly and he'll ship directly, and that's the way it is. It's sort of like drop shipping it, you know. So if you're into that sort of thing. But what was I going to say? Well, guys, they had tons of stuff, tons and tons of stuff, you know. So it's just a matter of seeing what you guys will be interested in, you know. But you're talking about maybe, because there was 100 different brands. Do you know what I mean? 100 different brands of clothing. Some but good and some but crap. So Doug, we have gone from last Saturday night, guys. I did my camp out. That video hasn't come up yet. That's the premiere that's going to come out on Sunday evening. Doug, the thing is that they need to do it themselves. This is what he said to me, because all my I appreciate the offer. All my files are in 3 different formats, vector being one of them. So I work with this great guy in Pakistan. He does amazing stuff. I met him through Fiverr, you know, the website Fiverr, and you know, he tells me exactly, you know, what I need and sends me over all the stuff, and it's worked out great so far. But apparently there's an embroidery vector as well, so an embroidery format that it needs to be changed into. And even my neighbour here next door, she does embroidery, and she said the same to me as well. So I think there's just an initial cost for a once-off cost for setting that up. But yeah, Doug, I did the camp out at the weekend. Make sure, guys, you click on that notification because for the live premiere on Sunday at 6. Okay, so if you go into that video, you click a notification on that, and that'll show up on to me how many people are waiting to watch it. And it was -3 during the day, and then so Sunday then it was, I think it got up to about 2 degrees on Sunday, and it's been like 8 degrees since then. Do you know, have you ever seen the pictures of the dogs trying to grab the balls underwater? Tennis balls. Have you ever seen those pictures? Well, they're German pointers, hey. These dogs are the most... I've never come across a dog with so many facial expressions in my life. They're so expressionable. Like, you know, Bruno is like this all the time. that's just the way he looks when he's up to things, you know. So it will be very easy to get some very, very good pictures of him for him. So, guys, I don't know if you guys are growing your own trees or anything like that, but got some hazelnuts here left over from Halloween. I'm going to take these outside tomorrow, and I'm gonna plant them. I did this last year, guys. And we got 50 something. Not that one. Not that one because it's got a hole in it this year. So basically, what you do is you get your hazelnuts and you put them in a pot, and you put some soil in the bottom. Put a layer of hazelnuts. Some more soil, more hazelnuts. Keep doing that till all your hazelnuts are done, and leave it outside. And the hazelnuts, guys, they need the frost of the winter to crack the shell, or they won't germinate. And then in spring, you need to empty it all out and separate them all into different pots, and it'll grow. Yeah, definitely, like a caricature. He did not. With the hazelnuts, it's there, man. I did 3 videos on it last year. Go have a look. It's probably got a mental title. Have you ever burnt willow? How does it burn? 30 years at least. To grow into mature trees, at least 30 years. To get anything decent in them. Those one, you're talking a bare root tree that you'll pick up that's about this tall. Guys, that's about 1.5 feet tall, is about 3 years old. Woolies wool blankets. Listen, I get wool blankets on eBay. It's the best place I can find them. I was out on Saturday night, guys, and I had my Corinthia defense. Lily, sort that dog out. You took her up. You need to sort her out, okay? I had my 3-season sleeping bag with another sleeping bag inside it, a wool blanket. A merino wool blanket and a felt wool blanket. Wait, you see it? It's all here. It's all here. Look. Yeah. Check
Oh, Dad,
out
stop farting.
this merino wool blanket, eh?
Wow.
Oh, Lily, smell you.
That was you! I can't look at me!
Look, and a felt wool blanket, guys. And I had, I have a Winchester Adventure Rule. Don't know if you guys have ever come across them. It's like a swag bag. It's canvas, heavy canvas, and that's what I was sleeping in. And as I said, it was -3, guys. Well, it was -3 at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm assuming it didn't get any warmer. But I was grand. Jesus, I never noticed it at all. Never noticed the heat. That's a wee sneak peek for you guys. That one won't be out until Sunday. Oh.
Stink pig.
Where's one of the farts up here, boy? Where's one of the farts?
That was not me.
Well, it wasn't me.
It wasn't me. It was Pocket.
Will you let Pockets out the door, please?
It was Pocket.
But yes. Oh, stinky poo poo.
Okay.
But what we I slept out in the winter thing. No, not really, Doug. They just sort of get composted, you know. Carl, you were asking me about chinking between the logs. Did you mention that on one of the videos? I know that's mental, Randy. That is mental. That's just crazy. But it's different here as well. Like it is, we never have a dry cold. It's a, it's a damp, wet cold. Gets into your bones. You know, if you're out in it and you get cold and you get wet, you'd be cold for days, boy. You'd be cold for days. So tomorrow, Saturday. So the last build video in the winter bushcraft camp is coming out tomorrow at 6 o'clock. And after that, guys, is going to be on Sunday at 6 o'clock. Is going to be the camp out video. Now I had tons of footage of that, guys, but loads of it was just me rambling. Yeah, Carl, it's a temporary thing. I wasn't too worried about the gaps in the logs. Because it's a dry run, so I can get a picture in my head. I'm going to dismantle it and I'm going to rebuild it, and I've started it already. I'm going to rebuild it maybe about 20 foot away, but I'm going to bury poles into the ground and I'm going to bolt the wood onto it. I'm going to notch it and all, and I have used pistachios and stuff. Yeah, to light fires. These ones in general, Doug, because I'm going to put them in with soil and stuff, they'll be sodden, you know, so the soil they'll just get thrown back into the garden. So yes, so what I'm going to do is I talk about that more in the video, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, when I have a piece of wood like this, I'm going to skim them with the saw so that the other wood fits flush on top of it like that. So I'm going to build another lean-to structure. Very similar. The design's going to be exactly the same, except I'm going to use my Bushcraft chainsaw, my Bushcraft hammer drill, and my Bushcraft impact driver, and all my Bushcraft screws. Yes. Nice, Carl. Stephen, tinfoil as a base for your fire? No, I haven't. Like as a fire protector, or as a is that what you mean? Like yeah. So bushcraft chainsaws are the best. I have 3 of them now. 3. Yeah, no, I don't actually. I tell you what I do, Stephen, is I would make a raft fire, and that's 98% of what I would teach to the kids when I'm getting them to learn, teach them about lighting fires and stuff. It would be a raft fire, and a raft fire is basically where you have like 3 or 4 sticks down that are sort of the same thickness, and you put them down and you light your fire on top of them. It's sort of the same as what you're doing. So instead of the heat from the fire being sucked out by the ground, but you know, through radiation and stuff, you're actually burning on top of the wood, and then that wood will go on fire and it'll burn slower, and you have a good bed of coals for cooking on and stuff like that. I like doing it like that. So Lily, is the back door closed?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
So but I know what you mean. I know what you mean, Stephen. See that one? Hang on a second. Yeah, come up, Carl. Come up. If they ever lift this lockdown before they put a permanent border up, and because of Brexit, COVID, anything else you can think of, District 9, death hornets, flying monkey robots, whatever reason to come up with next, you know. So it's crazy. It's crazy. And that's what I do, guys. I was having this conversation, or I was reading a thread about this online, to do with wannabe bushcrafters is what they call it. They said the wannabe bushcrafters who are ruining the world. the natural world, and I think that was more in lines. They were talking more about in America. They were talking about turning up these canoe campsites, and these guys that like cut down trees and all to make shelters, and you know, cut down trees to make shelters for overnight when they didn't need to, and it was good weather and stuff, and you know, and I'm not into this leave no trace. You know, there is definitely about respecting nature and stuff like that, but some of this actual leave no trace stuff goes a bit too far, I think. But I definitely am not like this is the point I'm getting at, right? I build all these shelters and I make all these shelters and stuff and put them up on YouTube. I don't do a lot, but I've done a few in the last couple of months. But it's my woodland, you know what I mean? Like it's a private wood, so it's only 2 acres, like it's only a little small wood, and I planted, you know, it was me that planted the trees in it when I was 16. So yeah, that works, Randy, and I ended up using that on Saturday night, an upside down fire, because I wanted an overnight burn. And it was a long fire as well for the cold, so I had it stretched out. I had it stretched out 80% of the length of my bed, so probably a little bit too far away to be as effective as I could have. You know, what I figured out. But sure, when I build it again, I can move it closer. So, what was I saying there? Yeah, so I don't go into the woods. I don't go into public woods, which are actually private woods because they're owned by the bloody forestry here. That it depends, Randy. There's cutting down trees and there's cutting down trees. You know, I don't know if you guys have ever gone to. I went up. Put it like this, right? I went up Ravensdale Mountain for a walk with the kids last year, and with Siobhan and all, and we were up there, and somebody had built a shelter. Now it wasn't very far off a very, very main track, and but guys, this, you know, blue plastic rope all over the place and tarps hanging off. What's up? Just standing there watching like a weirdo. I'm going to turn the camera around. You ready? Yes.
Sneak peek of Woolly Mother.
Woolly Mother.
Hello. Okay.
Woolly Mother. That sounds like,
Woolly Mother. Woolly wife. So, yeah, they're going on about it, but it started this big debate about leave no trace and stuff like that. Guys, you know, if you're in the woods and you need to build a shelter or you're going to die, that's a different story. If you're in the woods and it's very nice weather and you're there with a load of mates and you start hacking at a tree with a hatchet, you know, just for the crack, you know, should you be in those woods? You got it, Doug. Shoot for the stars, man. Yeah, Stephen, and I'm sure that was crazy. But like I don't know how you would have coped with that. Like, would that have been like complete leave no trace because you didn't want to be disturbed, or would it have been the opposite? So basically, you know, I don't know. I don't know. It's a hard one to gauge. I think you know, I'm sure we've all come across. I shared a couple of pictures on the post, right? I went up to the local forest. Did you see the video I did where Evie had the camera? I released it on Christmas Day, I think. And then there was another one that came out, Madness in the Woods or something like that as well. Yes. Yeah, Randy, that's true as well. You know, if you're cutting down a tree for firewood because you need it, that's a different story. I think there are more in lines about people that were just sort of going into the woods to muck about and cutting down trees for the sake of cutting down trees.
Save energy.
No problem, Doug. Take it easy. Thanks for
Bye.
thanks for stopping by.
Oh, I'm going as well.
Bye, everybody. Bye. So, right, go. Like, and the thing is that when I'm down at Red Branch and we're doing saw work with the kids, I cut down trees, you know, but I'm cutting down trees to manage a forest, you know, but guys, it's like a bloody pyramid, right? And you can see it from everywhere, and at some stage attempt to cover it over with galvanized steel. Yes, Stephen, now that's something completely different, okay? So what has happened is that they have left it there and the steel has all blown all around the forest, and they girdled 3 beech trees as well. 3, you know, 100-year-old trees. They girdled them, so basically they chipped all the bark off around in a circle, like, you know, 2 foot. Like, I was disgusted. Like, this is a local woodland to me, and I actually know the guy who would have camped up there all the time now, and I got on to him and he said some other people went up and did it, like, and this is the thing, if you're building a permanent camp area somewhere where people are going to find out about it. Yes, exactly. That's what we're saying, Randy. So these guys, obviously, I think these guys went up and went in the piss, you know, brought a rake of cans with them. They weren't bushcrafters. They went up camping, girdled all these trees, started building all this crap. Yeah, see, that's what I mean, Stephen. So yeah. See, the thing is, Aidan, you don't. Whereabouts are you, Aidan? Are you Newcastle? Sorry, sorry, I have to touch the screen here, so I don't know what's going on. And what happens to, yeah, okay, so you're not that far away. And the Mournes is such a massive area, so much bigger than what we have here. I have never come across a bushcraft shelter on Slieve Gullion. So Slieve Gullion would be our mountain, Aidan. So, well, probably because they cut all the bloody trees down, so there's nowhere to build them. So, like, and where I go to do my camping, like goat camp and stuff like that, is on Slieve Gullion. But, you know, it is not somewhere where anybody would ever go. It's too hard to get that. People, you know, there's too much in the way. There's, you know, so people just wouldn't bother their arse. Too many fairies. Yeah. Well, you see, but Ravensdale, which is 5 miles from here, you know, gets thousands of people in it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas nobody comes this side. And if they are going to go to Slieve Gullion, they go to the other side of Slieve Gullion, which is the north side, which is where the courtyard is and all the ferries. Yeah. So, do you know what I mean? So, oh, guys, I'm all for people getting outside. You know what I mean? Like, all for people getting outside. But it just takes one bloody idiot to ruin it all, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Just look at what we were talking about last week, guys, in the mountain rescue. I did my mountain skills training, I think. Possibly since I did my SPA training, my rock climbing training as well. I think it was the last time I was anywhere in the Mournes, and we were always like in the Mournes, you know, hill walking, map, but yeah, it's a nice spot. It's a nice spot. It's a really nice spot. But like, and so the conversation. You'd take an orc, Randy. You'd take an orc. Sorry there, Stephen. What did you say? Oh, hang on. Hang on. Creepers. You mean people creeping up around you? Yeah. It's the rubbish. But listen, rubbish is everywhere. Jesus Christ of Almighty, you know. People, you know, there's the rubbish and the rubbish. There's the people dumping, right? There's the people dumping, and then there's the people who are just stupid, right? So up beside us, up on the mountain, people take their dogs for a walk, and they clean up their dog poo in a bag, and then they tie it on a tree. I get you, Randy. Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. So, or was that an Orakai? But you know, I don't understand. A mate of mine works in the forestry, guys, and he was off. He was off for Christmas. Went back to work on Monday there, and he said that there's like 150 tons of rubbish dumped over Christmas. Really? Do you mountain bike, Ginge? Is this a mountain biking thing? So 150 tons. Yeah. I know, exactly, Kieran, exactly. But yeah, you know, it just. The horse chestnut. I did when I first got the Frankensaw, before it was the Frankensaw, before I ported it, did a lot of videos of cutting up a big sycamore in my brother's garden. Well, those two trees there was a sycamore and the horse chestnut. That horse chestnut is still sitting there. A conker tree, or is that a sweet chestnut? Let me see now. Let me see. Let me consult. It's not there. Hornbeam. Anybody see it? I don't see it. It mustn't be a native trees. Native tree. Conker's horse chestnut. Yes. There. It wasn't good for burning. It had very low. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Do you know, Randy? Like, why go to the bother of picking up the crap in a bag and then tying it in, you know, and then you know, tying it onto a tree? You know, and the thing is that where it was happening right outside my auntie's house. She lives up in the forest. You might have met her in a couple of videos. She monitors all the mammals around the area, the squirrels and the pine martens and stuff. And I just don't get it. I just don't understand the mentality of people. They're like, put it in a bag and flick it into a bush. Put it in a bag and tie it to a fucking tree. Tie it to a tree, you know, where everybody walks past it. You know, so I don't know. And then people are lazy. You know, there's that thing about the shopping cart, and it's the thing about the broken windows. Do you ever hear that? Well, we have a no politics rule, Randy. We have a no politics rule. Things got a little bit heated about the President Trump last week. Well, it didn't, but what was I going to say? Yeah, do you ever hear that about the broken windows? The broken windows and the shopping carts. It's a little bit different here in Ireland and England, guys, in the UK and stuff with the shopping trolleys, because there's money involved in that. Yes, that's exactly what they do. That's exactly what they expect, Kieran. They expect somebody else to come and clear their shit up after them. That's what they do. That's what they do. So I don't do it for them. Like, if our dog craps in the woods, you know, depending on where it is, I will pick it up or I will leave it. If it's on a path, I will pick it up and I will put it in a bag, and I will, you know, and this is when I go walking, I take this canvas bag. I think that was about 20 quid on Amazon. You know, this generally has a pocket full of poo bags, you know, so and you know, it doesn't take much. You know, when the kids are misbehaving, they smash it into their faces like that. I open the bag first, of course. So you know, I don't understand people. I don't understand people. I really don't. £1,000 fine. Do I double bag? Sometimes I have to. Bruno's a big dog. He's a big dog. So big dog, big poop. People are lazy bastards, Carl. They're lazy. They're lazy and they're dirty. You know. Just look around. You know yourself. Like it's sad. It's sad sometimes. You know. I had a friend of mine from Dundalk, just down across the border. He was this was 2 years ago. He was planning a walk. He runs walks and stuff. Yes, leakage. Yeah, if it's a leaky one, it generally stays there. Hey, Stephen, he was taking a group of people for a walk around my area, around the mountain, Sleeve Gullion we're talking about. They were going to go up for a walk and come down, and then they were all going to head to Red Branch, and I was going to do firelighting with them, and they were going to. I got my local baker to make some apple tarts and stuff, and buns and homemade jam and all this stuff, and it was all really really nice. And they I was taking them up to show them up around Sleeve Gullion, and there's a drive that you can do up around the mountain, and on the way back down there was a lay-by, and there was about 30,000 tires dumped in this lay-by up on this mountain. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I was like, oh fuck. You know, you're taking somebody around to show them the splendor of your area, and there's some idiot has dumped 30,000 tires, you know. And it's like, oh Jesus. You know, like my mate that works in the forestry, he spends all his time going around and picking up rubbish that people has dumped. It's not what he's supposed to be doing, you know, picking up rubbish. Picking up rubbish. Can you believe it? Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And what caused all that? What caused that? What caused that shift in the psyche of humans that we think that it's okay to do that? Consumerism. That's what I think. Greed. Greed, consumerism. I don't know. Everything's too easy. Everything's too easy. You know. Convenience. Convenience. You know, I lived over in the west of Ireland. And we would take the kids would come down from schools all over Ireland. And that's because they're not connected to nature anymore, Stephen. We would take these kids down from all over Ireland, and we would take them for walks. We're on an island off the coast of Ireland, Achill Island it's called, and we would go walking down these bogs. I was tempted. Randy, I was tempted. We would go take them for walks around these places. I think you're right. Rama Rover. Good name. I don't know what it means. Rama Rover. Rolls off the tongue. Rama Rover. And that's what I think. I think there's a disconnection there. There is a definite disconnection. You know, and that's where Red Branch. That's how I know Swifty. Swifty was my senior instructor. Grumpy. Swifty was my senior instructor. So I would take these kids from Dublin, and they'd be like, we have kids that have never walked off a footpath in their life. I took a group hill walking once, and we got to the end of a gravel track, and they all stopped because they didn't know what to do next. I was like, oh, humanity. But guys, you'd go walking, you'd be looking out over this Clew Bay, over all this beautiful Atlantic Ocean and beautiful mountains and stuff, and you know, and about 20 wrecked cars and washing machines and all this stuff, and it'll be like, you'd be like, oh. So over in Achill, they had this thing where, you know, if something was done, chuck it in the bog. You know, that's what they call it, the bog, where they got the turf from, the bog. And, you know, it's just, or throw it in the tide. So they'd push it off a cliff into the ocean. You'd be walking along this amazing picturesque beach. You go way out where nobody goes, and you come around the corner and there'll be a load of stuff, just somebody had dumped stuff off a cliff into the ocean, you know. So it's crazy. Yeah, Grumpy, you know Swifty. You're gonna have to give me a wee bit more information on this, Grumpy. Have we spoken about this before? Get those thumbs up, people. It moved there. There's a lot of steel toe boots on Keel beaches, right? And you know, and they are remarkably clean beaches. It's when you go away from the beaches, you know. But I tell you what happened in Achill when I was there is that the Doug, you're welcome back. Is that the price of scrap skyrocketed, and every piece of scrap was lifted from those bogs and sold to the scrap man. I remember taking the kids for a walk one time, and it was like everything was gone. It's like, wow. Yeah, I swear to guys, that's a true story. We're on. Swifty was driving the bus, dropped me off. Aye, Wally, take them guys for a hill walk. Aye. Way up we went. We walked up this little gravel bog track, you know, and we hit this like tussock area, and we went to go walking up over the bog to go up onto the hill, and the kids just started falling over, and it was like it was like there was an invisible tripwire that they're all just walking along, and they all just went, you know, 13 kids head first into the bog. I was like, "What are you doing?" And they were like Bambi on ice. You know, they didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know what they were doing. They had, I don't know where they were from, somewhere in Dublin. They had never been in that sort of an environment before in their life. You know, and you're talking about a journey that would take 2-3 minutes, you know, to walk across this bog 100 meters, taking us 10-15 minutes, you know, and it's crazy. And a lot of the stuff that I did, and a lot of the stuff that I witnessed when I was working in Achill in the outdoor centre was the sort of driving behind Red Branch. So and it was the connection, the missed connection, that I started to see the longer I worked there. You know, I could see the difference in kids in the 13-14 years I was there. I could see the difference in the ability of these kids that were coming in the door and their understanding of the world. These kids hadn't a clue, guys. And the thing is that I would be there, and this is like, this is the truth, right? It's not opinion or anything, guys. I was there, and we would have these kids that come in, and they were from the highest. Some of these guys went on to play for Ireland, international rugby and stuff like that. You know, some of these young lads. And the physical and mental ability in these children compared to the other children that were coming in was unbelievable. You know, these children were like special forces children. You know what I mean? They were like, especially boarding school kids, guys. And scouts were the same. So, well, we would have, you know, you would have people that would come in. Well, that is common enough, right? That's common enough, not seeing sheep. We used to tell the kids that there was 3 different type of sheep that you had that on Achill, right? But you had to watch out for the white-faced ones. We call them the white-faced assassins, and they were the ones that would sneak up behind you and hit you in the back and knock you off the cliffs. These kids, we have these kids running away from sheep and everything. It's funny. It's funny. And we used to tell them that the dolphin fishermen used to come into Keel Bay, and they would catch dolphins in their nets and just shoot them in the water, let them bleed out so that they wouldn't get blood all over their boat. Oh Jesus, we told a lot of lies to kids now that they think of it. But no, it was we won't go there. It's family friendly now, James. Family friendly. In Achill either as well, hey. But yeah, there's a strange disconnection there, I think. A very strange disconnection. No mermaids, no. Not that I know of. Not that I can talk about on camera. But a very strange disconnection. And, you know, well, I sort of didn't want that to happen to my own kids. Do you know what I mean? Like this. So, and that's sort of where Red Branch came about. I thought that maybe if I got these kids in, well, they're bigger than great white sharks in Achill. They have the second biggest shark in the world. Is I have never ever seen. So I don't even know if it exists. It might be a lie. So it's an ackle. Hey, listen, Randy, and it's worse. They're not allowed to play outside now. You know, we're not, kids aren't allowed to go to the parks. The parks aren't closed, but with COVID, the kids aren't allowed to go to parks. Do you know what I mean? I have the girls out. So we start homeschooling on Monday. Siobhan's doing a lot of it, and even though Siobhan's doing a lot of it and working from home at the same time, I still found it a very stressful week. But then it's been really crappy weather as well. So hopefully it'll even itself out next week. You know. Apparently up the north of Scotland, great white sharks. But on Achill, we get basking sharks, and they are like 30-foot long, huge things, and they are plankton feeders. So you've probably seen pictures of them. They're opening their mouths really wide. The schools are closed here, Randy. They closed the schools. Yes, they can't. This was the thing, right? They closed the schools at Christmas there. The schools aren't opening until September. No, sorry. February. Midterm in February, guys. You know, and it's just going to be the same again. So it's going to get to a certain stage. It's going to build up and build up and build up and build up. And then they're going to have to lock it down again. I don't understand why they don't just shut everything for 6 months and get it over and done with. No, sorry, Aidan. February. Randy's in Canada. Do you know what I mean? So, as a country leader, you have to look around the world and see what has worked and what has not worked, right? And look at a model that worked, look at what they did, and then do that. Okay? Do you know what I mean? So I never really thought that the kids should have went back to school. I'm really in two minds about this whole thing anyway. Well, fair play to you, critter. So I don't have new socks. I didn't get any socks for Christmas. So what happens, guys, is that I think it's just going to be a cycle like this. We, at the minute here in Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland, and the UK, the infection rates have gone from being like this on a graph to being like this. It looks like a vertical line. It's mental. I think there's like 50 people died yesterday in the north of Ireland alone. You know, so it's just... where are you, Kieran? Okay. We'll leave it. We'll leave it, Stephen. Oh, I don't know, Randy. I really don't. Yeah, it's shark. Woolly shark. No. It's so hard to know, right? Maybe we should have a COVID-free zone, guys. Politics-free, COVID-free. Uh-oh. So, and you're thinking of emigrating. So tell me this, Kieran, what age are you? Have you looked into it much? I looked into it a little while ago. When in 2009, when we had the financial downturn and stuff like that, me and Siobhan were weighing up our options. No, probably before that, actually. We were weighing up our options and we were looking at emigrating to Canada. And we have cousins over there. We have cousins in the States and cousins in Canada as well. So, and we looked at emigrating, and basically they didn't want to know you. They didn't want to know you if you're over 30. You know, unless you had some very highly specialized degree that they were really looking out for. So, but we were supposed to go to Canada, Randy. We were supposed to be there in September, staying in your house for 3 weeks. My sister-in-law's a Kiwi. She's from New Zealand. My youngest brother Kieran has lived in New Zealand for 2 years. Yeah, get the catalog candy, brandy. I'll be over there in 20 minutes. Yeah, we were supposed to go for a 3-week holiday, but obviously that was all cancelled. Well, I couldn't even tell you where. North, no, sorry, southeast-ish. Down this way a bit. Not away over where all the big wood is over in the west. I would like to see that. I think all that old growth over where Buchan is and stuff like that would be just unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? Nothing like that here. Nothing at all. The Pacific West Coast, is that what you call it? Pacific Northwest. Yeah, Canada would be nice. It's only like a 5-hour trip from here, so I think it's only one flight as well. So it'll be Dublin to Toronto, somewhere on the East Coast. But yeah, obviously COVID. No! Obviously the situation in the world at the moment put a stop to that. So we're sort of half planning to go next year. So sort of half planning to do a lot of things. Yes. Doug, you split any wood yet? Yeah, BC. Randy, are you a Buchan Billy Ray fan? Do you watch Buchan? I don't know if you're into your chainsaws at all, are you? You're more of an outdoor type guy. He's in British Columbia. Nanaimo. Is it? Only 4 hours. You're that far north. What? Wait, what? Did he split any wood yet? Nova Scotia. Nice. Nova Scotia East Coast. East Coast. Ah. Good man, Doug. Think about it. Think about it. It'd be a cool video to do. We push it out. Get the guys interested. Is Roddy on there? Roddy, you gonna do it? Did you say you'd do it? Guys, some of you guys would have remembered. Randy, you would have remembered my. Oh no! Don't come to Ireland. It's terrible. You're in the middle, Randy. I think it was sort of mid south. I couldn't tell you. I think it was about an hour from Ontario or somewhere like that. I actually don't. Okay. Oh, I'm not sure. Randy. I'd have to have a look. I'll PM you when I find out where it is. But yeah, they have a horse farm over there. My cousins and we were going to go over. Hey Jim, how's it going? Yeah, I think it's more like sort of prairie land and stuff like that. I don't think it's I don't think it's big mountains or big woods like they have on the Pacific Northwest. I imagine it'd be crazy over there. Those trees would be. Oh, I don't know, Randy. I honestly don't know. She told me like, but I don't remember. So that was the plan. But with no other big, we're still thinking about going Tipperary. Are you looking for rural? I will do, Randy. Kieran, are you looking for a rural like area, or are you looking to move to a town? West of Ireland is away from the tourist. I don't know much about Tip at all, to tell you the truth. I know we live in the west, but. Try anywhere if you like rain and muck. Leonard, how's it going? What's the crack? Be a good name for a pub, Stephen. The Sasquatch Inn. Yeah, it's a long way to Tipperary, Randy. You guys, and do you know what I meant to do? Do you know what I meant to do this week? And I only remembered the other day. I meant to cut down the tree with the axe. Do you remember I said I was going to cut down the tree with the axe? So maybe if when we get a handle on this homeschooling thing, I want to start bringing the girls down every day doing homeschool. Ottawa, Montreal, Quebec are all cities. Yeah, it must have been outside of Montreal. Where's the main airport? Is it Montreal or is it Ottawa? So it was about 2 hours southwest of there, I think, by car. But I want to start doing some homeschooling, guys. I want to start doing some homeschooling videos, bushcraft homeschooling, and okay, I'll find it. And instead of us, well, actually, I was going to say instead of us playing this guessing game, but this is a fun guessing game. I want to start doing some homeschooling for adventurous kids, right? That's the title that these videos are going to be. But I did it before with the first lockdown, but they just went rum. They had so little views compared to everything else I was doing with the building the log shed, and I had all the Frankensaw going and stuff at the time. So I want to bring them back, but I want to base them around 10 principles of 10 things in bushcraft, or 5 things in bushcraft, and then sort of spread it out from there. So I'm hoping to get that this week. I have already started building the permanent forest shelter that I was talking about at the start of the video. So I've already recorded the first video for that. So I did that yesterday. Yeah, we see we don't even have that critter. Hang on. I missed something there. Yeah, cool, Aiden. Like if you have something that you critter, I'll get to you in a second. Sorry, Triffid, how's it going? Aiden, if you have something that you would like me to cover, just send me a message on Facebook, and I'll work it into it. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be fire and shelter to start with. But like the shelter one's probably going to be 3 different videos, because there's going to be 3 different types of building shelters. The fire one's going to be at least 2 videos to start with, you know, so there's 5 videos already. So, you know, if there's anything in particular, and the longer this goes on, when we start getting into the better weather, we can start bringing more seasonal things into it, like spring and what plants to look for in spring and stuff like that. Right, hang on. Sorry, I pressed something there. Critter, we got, hang on a second, Stephen. Critter, we don't have that here. There's no Zoom here, right? Well, there obviously is Zoom here, but there's no Zoom homeschooling. They didn't bother with that. So they use apps, and the work is uploaded to an app, and the kids complete it, and we take pictures of it on our phones and then upload it, and then they and then they mark it, right? But what happened on Monday was that this is the way I want it to happen. The kids get up in the morning, sit down on the computer, the work's there, they do the work, close the computer, and we walk away and we do something else. So the work kept coming in over the day. So that's the way I did it. We did it on Monday. On Tuesday, when we went to open it up to check, there had been more work come in over the day. So I basically said to the teacher, here, listen, my kids aren't sitting in front of the computer from 9 o'clock in the morning to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Do you know what I mean? So what has happened now is that now we have these packs. Jim, I actually recorded it last week. I like saws. Thank you very much. Take it easy. Thanks for joining in. I did the camp out last week. The video is not going to be up until Sunday at 6 p.m. But it's already up on Woolies World. So if you go on to Woolies World, the video is there. Click on the bell, and that will tell you 5 minutes before it goes live. Okay, it's a premiere. Okay, so what I don't want is, I don't want the kids sitting in a bloody classroom environment in my house. Okay, that is, you can't. So I want the kids to do their homework, out the diddle idle door, go down to the forest and do something. I don't care if we go down to the forest and they play on the swings and play with the dogs. Do you know what I mean? Eventually, I'll work them around into doing some bushcrafty stuff, or cutting the grass, or digging a hole. Do you know what I mean? Woolies World on Facebook, yes. Hang on. What do you mean, Randy? There is a Woolies World on Facebook. You know that. You've confused me now. So Jim, the shelter was really comfy. It actually worked out really, really well. And you'll see, like, I do way more work on it in Sunday's video as well. I had like 2 hours of footage that I had to condense down to like a 20-minute video, but it was cool. I cooked steak and everything. It was amazing. It was amazing. I cooked steak and bacon for breakfast, and lots of coffee. It was. No, sorry. The Sunday video is on Woolly's World on YouTube. YouTube. It's set as a premiere, Randy. Listen, guys. I was digging holes yesterday to put in the posts for this new woodland shelter, and I just remember, and I talk about it in the video. No, sorry, Randy. No, I must have made a mistake. No, you can't see it early, but the videos are coming out. I recorded all the videos last week. I recorded them all over a week, but they're set to come out every second day. But there'll be one out tomorrow and then one out Sunday as well. I'm a headbanger. I am a heavy metal fan. Have been my whole life, except for Pink Floyd. And a little bit of old school dance music. I traded my long hair for dance music for a little while back in the 90s. That's probably me rambling as well, Randy. Don't worry about it. Yes. See, here's the thing, Doug. When I did the homeschooling no, I don't like Marillion. When I did the first season of homeschooling for adventurous kids, I did a whole big thing on gardening. We because it was the first lockdown, March. We were putting in our seeds and stuff, and I like AC/DC. Grumpy, no problem. Enjoy. Yes, I am. I'm a Floyd fan. Been a Floyd fan since I was a stoner, and so I did gardening and I did all these things, and people just weren't interested. I thought maybe, especially because I had been teaching. Yeah, I'm a Metallica fan, big Metallica fan. Especially because I thought that a lot of the kids I had been teaching at Red Branch, their parents would have come across and sort of got involved in this thing. Just sort of petered out very, very quickly. So, and then we were stuck in the house as well. I'm not planning on being stuck in the house. There was a lot of fear around the first lockdown. I'm an Anthrax fan. I have the classics, I would call them. I have a varied taste in music. So when I was growing up and we were living in the house, my mother was a big Queen fan. I like Slayer, yes. I definitely am a Slayer fan. My channel is my life. I don't know about doing well. It's doing all right, actually. It's good. No, never a big Sabbath fan. Hey, never a big Sabbath fan. They're hits. I like the hits, But my ma was into Queen, so I have a big thing for Queen. My uncle, no, the funny thing about Maiden is that we would have been discouraged from listening to Maiden growing up because they had Union Jacks on their album covers, right? And that's where I live here. Well, 9 miles away in Newry, they're all massive Maiden heads. Do you know what I mean? Like, so that's a growing up in the Troubles thing. That's a Republican thing. That's what that is. But my uncles growing up would have all listened to Leonard Skinner, Bad Company, and that sort of rock. So I would have listened to that sort of rock as well. So Randy, I was talking about this last week. I think I've got 2,500 subs since March this year. Queen is excellent. And Chili's as well. Yeah, of course. I grew up in the 90s, hey. So you're talking Chili's, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, massive Alice in Chains. How old am I? I'm 21, Randy. I'm 43. 43 today. Woohoo! Whoop whoop. So I would have been a big Metallica fan. Actually, Guns N' Roses first. Yeah. do you know what made the difference? Hey, and I'm going to leave it until March. I'm going to leave the March, but I'm going to do a video. Hang on, just hang on with the music for a second. So when I started in March, when lockdown happened, I had so much bloody content coming out. I had so much that I decided to upload once a day. right? Splitter Wars happened at the same time as well. It all just came at the same time. I've uploaded one video a day since March, okay? And it just seems to be growing and growing and growing. So I was a Guns N' Roses fan. My uncle, who was into Bad Company and into Leonard Skinner and stuff like that, came back from London, 89 or something, with a Guns N' Roses record. It was Sweet Child of Mine, and Appetite for Destruction, and he, you know, and we listened to that. We were staying down with my granny for that summer, and I listened to that song about 1,000,000 times. And he had a back patch, a Guns N' Roses back patch as well. And so Guns N' Roses. So I was into Guns N' Roses, and then I got into Metallica, and grunge came along. You know, James Brown supporting the Chili Peppers now. I've seen the Chili's twice. I was a big Faith No More fan as well. Alice in Chains, massive Alice in Chains fans. I've only seen them once, and that was actually when I was growing up. 2004, I was 16, I think. Yeah, Faith No More. Faith No More. And so I went to see the Chili's in Dublin, and Moby backed them up. I didn't even go in to see Moby. Never heard of him. Just went in to see the Chili's. They were brilliant. And Belfast in 1990. That was when I saw them, but I saw them in Dublin. I saw them at Sunstroke in 1990. My first concert. I haven't had that exam yet. I'm looking forward to it. Jamiroquai. Really? One of the best bands I've ever seen live was U2. The last live concert I was at, I went to see the Foo Fighters, me and Siobhan. No, not into it. Do you mean like Oasis and Blur and stuff like that? Never was a fan of either, but Blur's later stuff was very good, and the whole Gorillaz thing was excellent. Chic, no. Oh, I'm sure it was brilliant. But we went to see the Foo Fighters last year or the year before, and it was unbelievable. It was brilliant, but brilliant in the pissing rain, absolutely brilliant. But we went. Who did we go see before? Muse, guys. I've seen Muse like 3 times. I know that's 4. One of the bands I've seen the most live is Muse, and they are one of the most amazing live acts you've ever seen. And it was unbelievable. Randy, we're just going to pretend you didn't mention Gareth Brooks here. Yes, Zeppelin in concert definitely makes you old, and makes you probably the coolest man in the house right now, Trevor Grower. Ocean Colour Scene. I was an Ocean Colour Scene fan as well, yeah. I don't know who Blake and Benjamin are. Nope. Sorry, Doug. Doug, you were in a band, but I've seen footage of you in a band. I didn't understand anything that was happening, but I saw footage. That was old school recording there, VHS, I think, probably. I would have liked Corrosion of Conformity as well. COC, the heavier stuff I would have listened to would have been Obituary, COC, Slayer, Sepultura. Jesus, Sepultura. I was a big Sepultura fan, definitely. Pantera, of course. But now when I listen back to Pantera, some of that stuff's rough, but no, not Radiohead, Paranoid, OK Computer. The stuff before OK Computer, I like. When OK Computer came out, we listened to it to death. Was it OK Computer it was called? Was that what the album was called? No. Down? Yes. You've got Radiohead, Randy. So I would. Javon calls me a musical racist. It's because I think everybody else's taste in music is shit. So I would say I'm more of a musical bigot than a racist. So I like what I like. You know, I mean, like I had an iPod in the car. Yeah, you probably did, Randy. No, no, no. Sorry, no classical music, Stephen, at all. So I would have. You go through phases, you know what I mean? You just go through phases. Like I like Rob Zombie and stuff like that as well. Like Beavis and Butthead would have influenced a lot of my music, to tell you the truth. I remember watching Beavis and Butthead. No, 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 no. I was into music by the time that crap came along. I was into good music, like so, and I can remember it all coming along and being like, what is that shit? Get that off. Get that off. Probably didn't have a remote control. Probably had to get up. Yeah. Do you know, I like Neil Young as well. And I could probably I could probably rhyme off the lyrics to every Meatloaf song ever written. Do you know what I mean? They were just, he was so big in Ireland. You know, and that was before he was super, super famous. You know that I Would Do Anything for Love. Do you remember that song that came out? And it just was he was so famous after that. Like Meatloaf used to come here and play in clubs, you know, to 300 people. Uh, ah, shit, Triffid. Sorry, man. Sorry, I don't know what's going on there. So Meatloaf would have come over here and played in local clubs. So he probably played 200 venues in Ireland. Do you know what I mean? 200 people at each one. You know, and that's how much he was. And that, you know, you're talking 90s then, 80s and 90s. I remember my ma going to see him. But sure, you won't do that. No, he won't do that. So, but you know, well, like, we got MTV. When MTV used to play music, I remember we got MTV and Beavis and Butthead was on it. Just started on it when we got MTV. So we would have watched, me and my brother would have watched Beavis and Butthead. So, you know, so a lot of blown away, you know, and I can remember 9 Inch Nails, Head Like a Hole coming on, and you know, 2 songs like that's how long ago this, you know, I would have been 13 years of age, so you're talking 30 years ago that these songs came on, and I still remember the exact moment that these songs came on, and I can remember going, Jesus Christ, what's that? You know, and writing it down or recording it. Who's Trooper? You know, press and record. You know, we're trying to watch it again and press record on the VHS machine. Korn's first album was very good. Dire Straits are another band that I would have a lot of time for, because my mother listened to Dire Straits when we were growing up. Mark Knopfler was an amazing guitarist, or is an amazing guitarist. Is she alive or dead? But you know, but Head Like a Hole, or sorry, White Zombie, 9 Inch Nails. I don't know who Trooper are. No, sorry, Randy, I don't. So, really? They're English, aren't they? I could probably still tell you the lyrics to The Walk of Life. That was their stratosphere, wasn't it? But yeah, music is excellent, guys. Music is excellent. If we didn't have music, what would we be? Oh, he's Welsh. Hip hop and rap. No Chuck Berry. No Chuck Berry. I'm never into rap music really. I would have listened to some of it, but I was never into it. I would never have listened to, no, neither Chuck Berry nor Rick James. No, no, the Faces either. No, a lot of 60s stuff. You know, The Doors. Not really. There were certain bands that just weren't big here. You know, we'd listen to a lot of 60s stuff. Would still know a lot of 60s stuff. Would have listened to a lot of The Doors. A lot of The Doors. Pink Floyd, of course. Led Zeppelin. Well, I don't really listen to the Doors anymore. Doors are good, yeah. I wouldn't listen to a lot of them anymore. Whereas I would still put on Led Zeppelin. I would still put on Pink Floyd. You know, I would still listen to Guns N' Roses, Metallica, Foo Fighters, Nine Inch Nails, Rob Zombie, stuff like that. You know, so I would still class myself as a metaler. I don't know who Captain Beefheart is. Maybe I need to go Google Captain Beefheart. I have heard of it before. No, never heard them. Never heard them. These are all going, oh, Wooly, you're such a failure, man. Such a failure. Well, how's it going, Woodsman? What's the crack? Did you launch your new channel? I saw a little bit of your video. I didn't get to watch it all. Who? Captain Beefheart? We're talking about music here, Woodsman. You landed in the middle of a hot topic of discussion. I don't want to listen to Beefheart. Oh, I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Music changed the world back then. Do you know what I mean? Music changed the world. It's as simple as that. Like, there was so much going on, and the only outlet for it was music. You know. Yeah. I'm not dancing. I am not dancing. Okay, maybe just a little dance. I think I was dancing on the last one. Fisherman's Friends. Is that the Waterboys? See, my ma would have listened to the Waterboys. You see, all our ones are in the music. My auntie's a couple. Jesus, man, that's amazing. Yeah, I like Creedence as well. Hang on, guys. Hang on, English Woodsman. Guys, English Woodsman has a channel there, a very, very good channel. That you all should subscribe to. I think, Woodsman, I give you a shout out in my premiere on Sunday because I cooked steak. And I was talking about I cooked. The reason why I cooked steak on my camp out at the weekend was because I watched your video of you cooking the steak. Ginge, that is, yes, I did, yes. So Metal Night. English Woodsman has a really good channel, guys, for camping and outdoor stuff. And he just started a second channel. So, guys, I would appreciate it if you all give him a sub. Okay, he's a good channel. Good, especially if you're into your outdoor gear. Randy, you love it. It would be right up your street. Yes, I did. I was into my dance music. Guys, I used to have really long hair, dreadlocks, you know, no beard or anything, back when I was about 18 or 19, and I got into dance music and shaved my head and went dancing for a couple of years. Then I grew it all back and had big, long dreadlocks, right down to my arse. And for about 15-20 years, and that's actually why they call me Woolly, because the dreadlocks, I don't know if any of you guys have ever had dreads before. You have to keep fixing them all the time. That's actually why my head has these scars on it, guys. If people ask, I see I went through a window. Sepultura are an excellent band. So you have to fix your dreadlocks all the time. You have to sew the hair back in because it comes loose, right? So my hair will be quite curly anyway. And what happened was, what happened? So it would all look quite bushy. So one of the women we used to work with called me woolly head. Look at you, you have a woolly head and you're like a sheep. That's what she was saying to me. And the guys in work started calling me Woolly, and it stuck. And that's where Woolly comes from. Ta-da! And there you know. And now you know, and there you go. So I served my time on the dance floor. I did a couple of tours, man, back in the 90s after grunge. No way, Ginger, man. Ginger dreads are cool. Ginger dreads are cool. Dreads are a lot of work, hey. Jesus Christ. People would say to me, oh, look at you, you dirty bastard with your dreadlocks and all. And I'd be like, you have no idea how many hours of work I put into these dreadlocks every month. And especially, guys, being over in Achill. To tell you the truth, and I thought about doing a Red Branch channel, a Red Branch Bushcraft channel. Randy, that's excellent. That's really cool. But I don't know. I like just doing everything. I don't like. Yeah, me too. I love stage diving, but stage diving, yes, on the beeswax, man, with my little needle, pulling the hair through. And this is what has happened. You see all these scars, guys? That's from me pulling the hair out at the follicle when I'm sewing it back into the dreads. That's where that comes from. And guys, when I had the dreads, I was living over in Achill Island on the west of Ireland. I was surfing every day, every single day. I was teaching kayaking and canoeing and jumping into bog holes, and you know, I was just soaking wet for 10 months of the year, you know, for 15 years or whatever it was I was there. And it just, yeah, you know, it just, you have to just maintain them all the time. You're always washing your hair. You know, I'm only a wee fella, Randy. You know, if I jumped off a stage and somebody farted, I'd float on a wee bit, so it was grand. I see. I don't know. I don't know if sure. Look at how cool I am now, man. Jim, my coolness would have blown you away. Sorry. I don't know. You see, I don't know. I enjoy having. Oh, I understand, Woodsman. I understand your reasoning. I enjoy having. I enjoy just uploading the vlog style every day, just what I'm at. Yes, sometimes it can be a little bit tiresome, but sometimes, guys, it suits me. It suits me better. I enjoy it more. I don't want to be segregating my stuff into this channel is just about this and this channel is just about that. It's not Woolly's world, if you know what I mean. Like, so, but I understand what you mean, Doug. And people have said it to me in the past, and I've just said, no. But I have discovered, Woodsman, and you might. I was on a Northern Ireland business page, and this woman was saying she is a beautician, right? And she uploads directly to Facebook. Now, I'm not talking about uploading a video to YouTube and then sharing it across to Facebook. I'm talking about uploading your videos directly to Facebook, right? And she earns as much money. She earns a living wage from Facebook ad revenue, right? Okay. So what she was saying, and she's some sort of Facebook advisor now for people who want to get into this. So basically, Woodsman, if you look back at your whole back catalogue that you have on YouTube and you upload that as videos directly to Facebook, once you have over a certain amount of followers, Facebook will start paying you the same type of money that YouTube pay you. So it's like double income for one stream of work, if you know what I mean. You sure do. You need 10,000. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, I had never even knew that was something, you know. And the thing is, Woodsman, it's not like you're starting from scratch. Now, I have my Red Branch Bushcraft Facebook page, which is my business page. I have a Woolly's World page, right? But I only have about 3,000 followers on each, right? Only. What am I saying? That is mental. That's amazing, you know. So I know you're way ahead of me. You're way ahead of me, and I need some information about those MREs or about that food. It's so hard to get it over here. We can get nothing now. Oh, that's my back being sore. So it was just. Well, you see, the way it would be, well, you see, here's the thing, Randy and Woodsman, and this is the thing. She does makeup tutorials. Those things are mental through the roof on views and millions. Jim, the YouTube money is not, for me, is not worth anything, really. But I have to say, in the last couple, me and the girls were talking about it, me and Lily and Evie, and what we were going to do is we were going to do a makeup YouTube or a makeup Minecraft tutorial because they're massive as well, and the girls play Minecraft. So I would play Minecraft while the girls do makeup on me. And that was going to be our, you know, our what do you call it? Our go viral video, this Minecraft makeup tutorial. But I should listen. Yeah, I should listen. And that's the thing, guys. It has to be fun. Gaming, makeup, music, pranks are the money. I know. Woodsman, what were we thinking getting into this outdoor business? Do you know what I mean? Splitting wood and using chainsaws. I know, camping all the time and everything. So, but listen, that's not why you do it. You do it because it's fun. You do it because it's fun. Listen, look at this 1 hour and 50-minute conversation I've had with you guys about everything. All over the world, guys. These guys are all over the world. Australia, New Zealand. That's them laughing at the two of those comments there. Yeah. So let Woodsman, you would have been you'd be proud of me. Hey, I had I cooked baked potatoes in the fire, wrapped them up in tin foil, put them in the fire, took a griddle with me and everything, sat it up on the fire, cooked my peppered steak on the griddle. Oh, it was just such a feed, boy. Such a bloody feed. It was amazing. But and that is going out on Saturday. That is, but you would need to set up an Indiana Doug Facebook page, not your personal Facebook page. It's different. Yes, it hasn't come out yet, but it's coming out. I'm confused now. I forgot what I was saying. What have you seen, Woodsman? Oh, yeah. You saw the premiere. And Mountain Equipment make good gear. They do. Yeah, Doug, yeah. Or a blog account or whatever you want. It doesn't have to be a business account. So I think Woolly's World is set up as a personal blog. And it actually, if you notice on the top, if you ever open up Woolly's World Facebook page, it's actually called Run Farmer Run. That's what it used to be called. Because it was a training vlog. That Lithuanian stuff was surprising. You should look at that stuff. It did all taste exactly the same, but it tasted like a real hearty stew that your granny would make. You know, it wasn't bad, but it broke my tooth. One of the biscuits broke my tooth. Yeah, Doug. So you set it up as a personal blog, I think, or something like that. It doesn't need to be a business page. And basically, what you do is when you upload your video. See, I edit everything on the computer and then upload it from the computer using editing software. So I have that edited file stored on my hard drive, and then I can just upload it then. So I uploaded 4 videos last week to the Red Branch Bushcraft page. Now they're only being seen by people who are into Red Branch Bushcraft, but it's something else. I'll probably never get to 10,000, 10,000 followers on those things, and I'll probably give up in a couple of months, you know what I mean? Because it'd be too much hassle, but hey, it's just something else for if any of you guys are sort of thinking that YouTube might be a way to make money. It's not. But if you're thinking about it, that's just another stream, especially if you've already done the work, so. And I just couldn't believe it. This woman, because of COVID, had to close her business, and she started doing this online, and she was making as much money doing these tutorials on Facebook as she had been from having a salon, But then imagine money that's going through these big YouTubers. It's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, let's not talk about money. That's not why we're here. That's not what YouTube is all about. YouTube is just a way for me. I know, Ian. I am raking in at 4,000 something. I know, 500,000 subs, guys. I even saw figures of people who have 20,000 subs, and you're talking $4,000 a month. This one person, $4,000 a month. Ian, how's it going? What's the crack, man? Ian, you always come on here just when I'm about to go off. Do you know that? Yeah, so it's a crazy roller coaster. It is, and that's the I'm going to have to sit down and look at the statistics and look at how much difference it made uploading every day and uploading consistently and see work my while. Now I know I did go back. Ginge, take it easy. Stop giving the dog chocolate, man. There'll be no double bagging. I did go back a while. And listen, it's something that the kids can watch. You know, you got it. It's a legacy. You know, Woodsman. It's a legacy. So I have Red Branch. I have what I have created in Red Branch for the girls, and I have all this. You know, unless the world ends and there's no more internet. Oh my God, what are we gonna do then? There's no internet. Nobody can watch Woolly's World. We're all gonna die. But do you know what I mean? So and it's funny. And the girls will watch the videos. They watch an awful amount of shade as well. Like, but they will sometimes. I will catch them watch, especially Evie catching Woolly's World videos, and both the girls have their own YouTube channels. They don't upload it. Well, imagine us having YouTube when we were kids. Imagine us being able to watch our parents and grandparents, doing what they did. So I used it for referencing, to tell you the truth, a lot. Until I sort of, I don't know, maybe 7 years ago, it just sort of became, and I think there was a change in YouTube itself that sort of turned it more into an entertainment thing, like the first big YouTuber that I got into would have been Wrangler Star. Now I don't even watch him anymore at all. He just went a bit crazy. What did I have for my tea? I had a chippy tonight. My birthday, so I had a chippy. I had a kebab. I done a kebab and curry chip. That's why I feel like vomiting right now. So, what was it? What was I saying? Yeah, so I watched Wrangler Star, and that whole sort of, yeah, I know. Yeah, so like even back in the day in Ireland and all, we had this great tradition of passing on stories to each other, all done around the fire, and that's where music, everything, the heart of the fire, the heart of the house, so, and because there was no electricity and stuff, so everybody sat around the fire. So everything was passed down verbally, and now everything's going to be passed down digitally, isn't it? Mental. Just having a sweet. Demolition Ranch is an mentally successful. Yeah, that's it, Stephen. Demolition Ranch. Hey, I'm sure you guys have come across Demolition Ranch. He is. I only knew Demolition Ranch. It's only recently that I came across the other things. I know. Millions and millions and millions of viewers, 3 different genres, 3 different niches. Crazy. Like, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Like when you get into those type of figures, like it's crazy. Even I think it's a little bit crazy at 4,000 subscribers. And Woodsman, I think you must be on 30,000 now, and Turnip's good, man. Turnip's good. You'll be stinking the house out tomorrow as well, and that's important. Yeah, Woodsman. So, and you had to put out that video there about responding to people and stuff like that. I'm sure they did, and I am sure he is raking in mega bucks every week. He has gone a bit. Mental. I stopped watching him. Back 40 Firewood, how's it going? Happy Friday to you too, man. He has gone a little bit off the wall a bit. He sort of. I felt like COVID sort of pushed him a wee bit over over. Listen, man, he had some amazing videos, and that homestead he has is just that's the dream, like, isn't it? Isn't that what we want? You know, that's what I'd love. You know, I'd love a farm. I'd love to be not farming, you know, not animals and stuff like that. I'm not really that. Maybe 15 horses, mounted cavalry or something like that, you know, lances and stuff, and riding down intruders on horses. Guys, don't be dirty, so but that's not gonna happen. He moved. What do you mean he moved? Where did he move to? Thanks, Ian. You enjoy that turnip, man. Savor it. And when you fart tomorrow and blow the sheets off the bed, you just remember. That's turnip power, baby. Turnip power. Has he moved off his ranch? No, I knew he was into his. I knew that his Bible studies was a whole big thing. That didn't bother me at all. Like, you know, everybody has their beliefs. He has a new farm. No way. Bigger. Well, here, listen. It's called Wrangler Star, which is a bit of a bizarre name, but he used to make videos about, he used to sell spare parts for Jeep Wranglers, and he was sick of trying to explain stuff to people on the phone, so we started doing videos about how to put parts in. Okay, so he's moved to a bigger farm. Oh, smaller farm. And what about Randy, a Canadian cousin of yours, my self-reliance? He's moved as well. That was a shocking development. I like Wrangler Star. I thought that he could be a little bit serious. His topics could be a little bit serious, you know. He had some brilliant chainsaw videos, brilliant chainsaw videos, and his firefighting stuff was excellent as well. But it was, you know, but to do a lot of advertising, these big guys, to do a lot of advertising, you know. You know, the Morgans do a lot of advertising. There's a lot of gear, you know. I suppose that's what happens when you get that big, isn't it? People are throwing stuff at you all the time, and you know, if somebody said, if Kubota came on to me and said, listen, Wally, there's a wee mini tractor for you, we want you to use it down at Red Branch all the time and use it in your videos and stuff, I would go, no bloody problem. I'll have a wee mini tractor, no problem. Yeah, I'll do 1,000 videos a week, all you want. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it must be very tempting. Must be very tempting, you know. So I know Buchan doesn't do a lot, but he must get, sorry, here, hang on a second, he must get a serious amount of requests. Jim, take it easy. Hang on a second, Randy, I need to go back and read yours. My glasses are filthy. I was drinking coffee earlier on and it went down the wrong way, and I projectile coughed coffee all over the place. It went like that. Sorry, Randy, what do you say there? Ah, okay, I get you. He seems like a very down to earth fella, you know, and he puts serious work into his videos as well. Oh, if only back 40, if only I don't get any companies any companies that I have dealt with, I have chased them, and that's the truth. And any company that I am possibly going to be dealing with in the future, it is me that has gone to them. And generally what happens, guys, is that I do a video on a product that I'm using, and so that's where the Oregon thing came about. So that's how I ended up doing a bit of stuff with Oregon. So I actually did a video on that 3-bladed mulcher thing for the brush cutter, and that's, you know, I sent that to them. Hang on. Are you talking about Wrangler Star, Doug? He does a lot of clickbait. Yeah, and he's been through a lot, Randy. I don't generally meet people on camping trips on purpose. I generally tend to stay away from places where people go, to tell you the truth. But so yeah, so like for example, let me see, what have we got going on at the minute? There's nothing going on at the minute actually. With company wise, the Garpethan stuff, they haven't contacted me again. They were in contact. We were in contact a lot, but it was always me reaching out to them about something, looking for information about something. But I sent them the video. Yes, my self-reliance. Yes, Randy. Yeah, sorry, I understood that. Yes, I was talking about Doug's question. Yes. So what happened was when I did the video about how I couldn't recommend the Garpethan stuff, I didn't, it was a tough video for me to do, but I sent it to them and said, look, I told you I was going to do this video. Here it is. There you go. And they went, thanks for sharing it with us. I don't know if they ever watched it. I don't think it really will make any difference to the grand scheme of their business. Yeah, I'm subscribed to the both of them, but I don't. I religiously watched his My Self-Reliance once when he was building that, but I just sort of I go in and out of watching YouTube channels, guys, and I find that it depends on what I'm doing at the time. So I'm doing a lot of bushcraft lately, so I'm watching a lot of bushcraft channels. I ended up watching a couple of Buckins videos yesterday, and Bucking Billy Ray's, and I went out and used a chainsaw today because it was in my head that I wanted to go out and use the chainsaw. Do you know what I mean? So coming into summer, I'm generally more into my bushcraft and outdoor type videos. But when I was building the cabin, I was watching loads of cabin building videos. Do you know what I mean? So and like the cabin's still the same issues, guys. It still has stalled. What do you watch? Well, I watch Peppa Pig a lot, but I don't mean to watch it. It's not my fault. But my girls will sit and watch Peppa Pig on YouTube, guys, on the TV. And I'm like, just turn off the bloody Peppa Pig, will you? Just turn off Peppa Pig. Turn off Peppa Pig. Din, 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 din. So that is what were we saying? Fighting the Cubans. Hang on. Right. Peppa Pig, hey. Listen, there is, my youngest is 6. They shouldn't be watching. It's not her that watches it. It's Avatar and Korra. No way. Hang on a second. I saw somebody selling a 50p the other day, and they were looking a serious amount of money for it. No way. Jason Bonham, I know him. Doesn't he now play with... Is he playing with the Who? Is he? Or is he playing with Page and Plant? No, I think he's playing with the Who. Isn't he? Something, or he's playing with Roger Daltrey or something like that. So, yes. Train of thought. What were we talking about? I've lost you guys. I've lost my train of thought and lost your train of thought. So. Sideburns. The name Sideburns comes from a guy who, in the Confederate War, his name was Burnside. And he had big mutton chops like that. And used to call him Sideburns. Yeah, there you go. You told you. Useless information. Absolutely useless information. Full of it. So what is the crack with earning £500 off 50p? Is there special 50p's out there in the world? Because I saw this guy and he was selling the 50 pence piece, and he was looking in a strong, just mental money for it. Mental money. So What's that all about? I need to do that. I need some way of making money at the moment because we're closed. Business is closed. So that is my plan. That is my plan. What is your plan, guys? I am going to have to. Do you have a metal detector? Do you actually go coin hunting, or are you like but just getting loads of change and hoping that you get a really expensive one in it, a really valuable one in it? Obviously, people don't know what they have in their hands. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy with knowledge what you can do. You know, all different knowledge. On making money, Randy. What? What is it? Who wants to buy a screwdriver, eh? Guys. Enjoy Back 40. Enjoy. Good to see you. Listen, we're doing these every Friday if you want to drop in. I would join in on yours, but when they come on, they're like, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning or something for me, so I'll be in my bed, get me beauty sleep. But someday I'll catch one. Guys, thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining me on this, my 35th birthday. 43. It's 43. 43. Doug, I would say change your camera. Quality on video. I think changing camera was a big thing for me this year. Like I'm on my phone at the minute, right? So a lot of people record on their phones, and a lot of people can do it. Yeah, thanks, Woodsman. You too. Good luck. I'll get on to your. I'll sub to your new channel. But changing, I was never happy with my footage. I was never happy with the quality of it, and I would look at the Wrangler stars, and I would look at these other people, and night, and I would look at these big, you know, I would look at these big, like, what's the word, like these panoramics and all, and these beautiful locations and stuff like that, and I was I got this phone, and I did a bit with this phone. And I was using a GoPro Hero 5, and that thing broke my bloody heart. You know, I was actually considering taking it out and shooting it and making a video of me shooting it. But I think I would prefer to hit it with an axe. But guys, Doug, I upgraded to a Canon M50, right? Around about March or April. And the difference, that thing is just, it's designed for vlogging. You know, it's designed for this. It's got face tracking and stuff, auto tracking. You know, your face is always in focus. It's got touch screen and stuff like that as well. You know, so it's just a super camera, and the difference it made is unbelievable, unbelievable. And I put a shotgun microphone on it as well for better audio. The problems I had with the Hero 5 was that the audio was shit, and basically anytime I touched anything, so if I held it like this and moved it like that, you would hear a knocking. I bought mine second hand. I got it for £300, and it was a big expenditure for me. But I sold the kayak and I bought the thing, so I wasn't using the kayak, so it was okay. And that's generally what I do. I buy and sell stuff. So, but they did release the M50 Mark II, so you might be able to get the M50 Mark I's cheaper. And to tell you the truth, there's not really much difference. There's a bit of a firmware update, I think, is the biggest difference in the two cameras. Body and everything else is exactly the same. So they're excellent cameras, excellent. And I only used the lens that came with it. I don't have any other lenses. So, but I do end up sort of mucking up the settings a little bit, you know, and I'm supposed to bring UV filters with me, and I forget to take them, and the screen's a bit washed out, and I end up touching about with exposure and stuff like that. So it's a learning curve. And the thing is that if I sit and go over how to use these cameras, I know how to do it. Yeah, Ian, you know what? I could never edit on my phone. I always had to do it on the computer. I just couldn't do it. It just was too tricky. So Doug, it's all relative, man. It's all relative. Instagram. He put a wee video up on Instagram, threading the needle or something. Something about threading the needle. And he was using his saw, his big husky saw with the wrap. And I was going, oh, that's a class saw. You know, I was going, Buck, and that's always been my favourite saw that you use. What is it? He says, that's a 371 XP. Which is the same as my 365. Guys, I'm going to go. I've been talking for 2 hours and 17 minutes. Thank you very much. All of you guys. There was 25 people here at one stage. That is mind-blowing. Guys, thanks all of you for sticking with me. Triffid, no problem. And that's exactly what it does. Music moves your soul, man. You know. No problem, Ram Rover. Do you own a Land Rover? Can I ask before I go? Ram Rover, do you own a Land Rover? My friend owns a Land Rover and he's very poor. Guys, remember, 6 o'clock every day, Wally's World's gonna be there'll be a video, so sometimes I forget what's coming out. Two videos on the shelter. One tomorrow and then the premiere on Sunday, guys. So don't miss the premiere on Sunday. I put a lot of work into the premiere. There's a lot of editing in that. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay frosty.